Hello there guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be doing a video on Mick Schumacher and does he get excuses made for him because of his name, and is that a bad thing? Now, before we jump into the video, I want to ask you guys who are all new here who aren't subscribed to make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you know whenever I upload a new video, because almost 75% of you who watch this video aren't subscribed at the time of recording this. So make sure you do that, it helps out the channel a lot. And at the end of the video, make sure you comment down below what you think on this. We're going to do a quick run through of Mick's career and how he's progressed through single-seaters and up to where he is now. So Mick started single-seater racing in ADAC Formula 4 in 2015 with Van Amersfoort Racing. He placed 10th in his first season with just 92 points, while his teammate Joey Mawson went on to come second in the championship with 297 points. Now, Mick would go on the next year to compete in ADAC Formula 4 and Italian Formula 4, where he would place second in both. He would place second to his former teammate Joey Mawson in ADAC Formula 4 with 5 wins, 12 podiums and 2 pole positions. In ADAC he was over 50 points behind Joey Mawson, while in Italian F4 he was just 15 points behind Marco Seibert. On his way to coming second, Mick claimed 5 wins, 10 podiums and 2 pole positions in Italian F4. And in between the 2015 and 2016 seasons of Formula 4, Mick went and competed in the MRF Challenge Series, but he only did 1 round in India where he got 2 podiums out of the 4 races at this single round. From 2016 onwards, what is notable for Mick's junior single-seater career is that he competed solely with Prema, and if you know anything about single-seater racing, it is that, well, yes, it is a spec series, teams play a large part into it, and particularly Prema, who are the main single-seater powerhouse, especially in Formula 3. So take that into mind. Other notable teams are Carling and Hitech, who do very well, but the fact Mick is with the most dominant team is a possible factor into his success. However, if you look at how his teammates do in their rookie seasons with Prema and how Mick does in comparison, a bit of a disparity there sometimes. So in 2017, Mick steps up to Prema F3 and competes along Guan Yu Zhou, Callum Ilott, Maximilian Günther, who are all in their second year of Formula 3 at this point. Another notable rookie in Formula 3 for the 2017 season is Lando Norris, who went on to win that season of Formula 3, while Mick placed just 12th with 94 points in comparison to Norris's 441. So Zhou, Ilott and Günther all had 149, 334 and 383 points respectively, in comparison to Mick's 94. Mick would go on to compete in his first Macau Grand Prix this year, placing 16th out of 21. However, he was the last classified finisher, 2 laps down from Dan Ticktum, but Mick did also suffer from some gearbox issues, so you have to take that into account for his performance. Mick, over the 2016-17 winter, also competed in the MRF Challenge Series, once again claiming 3rd. He would lose out to Harrison Newey and Joey Mawson once again in this series. Mick reclaimed his first open wheel title in 2018, taking the F3 title, beating out his closest rival Ticktum by over 50 points. Along this way he would claim 8 wins, 14 podiums and 7 pole positions. 2 of his teammates and fellow FDA compatriots, Robert Schwartzman and Marcus Armstrong, also placed within the top 5 who were driving for Prema, and this is notable because they are both rookies in comparison to Mick's first season where he only scored 94 points and placed 12th in the same Prema team. As a rookie, you have Schwartzman and Armstrong coming in and placing in the top 5, with Schwartzman claiming 294 points and Armstrong claiming 260. Up until now, you've probably heard me mention some names you recognise as Mick's teammates, like Robert Schwartzman and Marcus Armstrong, and this guy's not had slouches as teammates at all. If you look back at his career, we have the likes of Joseph Mawson, Juan Manuel Correa, Yuri Vips, Callum Ilott, Guan Yu Zhou, Marcus Armstrong and Robert Schwartzman are just some of these people, and a lot of these are in F2 now, with the likes of Schwartzman and Ilott taking the battle to Schumacher last year for the F2 title. Mick would round out 2018 competing in Macau with a 5th place finish, so a large improvement on his previous year's attempt at the Macau Grand Prix, but still not reaching that podium, while Dan Ticktum claimed back-to-back wins. So moving into 2019, Mick makes the step up to F2 and is just one step below Formula 1. And of the 22 races in the F2 season this year, Mick only managed to score at 9 of them. However, he did claim a win at the Hungary sprint race. Now, Mick only scored 53 points that season in a Prema, which is quite below what we would expect, while Nick de Vries went on to win with ART. However, Mick's teammate Sean Gallel, who is a F2 and GP2 veteran, only managed to score 15 points. So in comparison to someone who's had a long time in this series, he did very well. Now, going into Mick's final year of junior Formula, and he would have rookie Robert Schwartzman lining up alongside him in Prema once again. And Schwartzman would be a very quick but inconsistent driver, and Mick's F2 season is the exact opposite of that. He was extremely consistent on the podium for a large percentage of the races. He claimed 10 podiums, and that includes 2 wins. While Callum Ilott would be much more dominant over the single lap, Mick would have much stronger race pace during the season and go on to be an absolute dominant force in those races. Now, let's compare this to a fellow F1 rookie this coming year, in that of Nikita I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to talk about that. So I'm going to talk in comparison to AlphaTauri rookie Yuki Tsunoda, and how Yuki's rise through junior formulas is compared to Mick's. So Yuki started F4 in Japan, and he competed from 2016 to 2018. He only competed in 2 rounds of the 2016 campaign, so he really started from 2017, where he finished 3rd in his first full season of F4, and then will go on to win it in his second season. So like Mick, makes an improvement in his second season, and the year he won it, he finished off the podium only 3 times out of 14 races, and along that way he claimed 7 wins, 4 podiums and 8 pole positions. So an extremely dominant campaign from Tsunoda there in his second year of Formula 4. So Yuki moves up to Formula 3 for 2019, and he's with Genza, who are not a brilliant team in junior formulas. While you have the likes of the Premas, ARTs and Carlins, high-techs like I said before, Genza have only claimed 1 win in their time of F3 racing, and that's with Yuki. So Yuki did only finish 9th in his first season and only season of F3 with 67 points, and if you compare that to the season winner Schwartzman with 212, it's a massive difference. We have to take into account Yuki is not with a Prema, he is with a much worse team than them. Yuki had one other teammate that competed full-time in the 2019 F3 season, and take a guess how many points they scored. 0. Now, when you compare that to Yuki, who scored 97 in that car, that is an amazing performance there, picking it up straight away, showing he can adapt to this new machinery brilliantly. There were only 2 other rookies in that season who placed above him, in Christian Lundgaard and Leonardo Pulcini. This word. And Lundgaard was with ART, and Pulcini, I don't know how you say his name, was with Carling. So these are much better teams than Genza. So like I said, Yuki claimed Genza's only win in F3, and he also claimed 3 podiums that season. So a very good performance. Now on to 2020, where Yuki stepped up to F2 and was with Carling and had an okay start to the season. So he claimed 3 wins and 4 other podiums. And Yuki's wins his first win came when there was a collision between the Prema teammates, Schumacher and Schwartzman. His second came when Nikita Mazepin was, and his third win was an absolutely dominant performance at Sakir. And if we compare this step up into the machinery from Mick's, when Yuki just comes in, he gets to grips with this straight away. Now, this to me shows an immense skill in being able to adapt to the cars very quickly, and I think it bodes well for his chances at Red Bull and possible promotion to that senior team. But we're not going to talk about that in this video. We're going to talk about the opportunities Mick gets allowed. So now we've looked over all of the history of the drivers. What do I think about it? I think it's a good thing that driver, even if it is Mick, I don't care who it is, these drivers should be given a chance to prove themselves, because at the end of the day, these are kids. When they start racing, they're kids, and to be under that pressure, these guys have to raise money from sponsors who are paying, in the case of F2, to get you in a Premier, their sponsors are paying millions of dollars. I think Callum Ilott said it's about $3 million for an F2 seat for a season. Now, to be under that amount of pressure to perform for that sponsor, you have to, at that young age, you have to be confident in yourself, and if you don't get off to a good start in the season, that can knock your confidence. And what is wrong with giving these people a chance? I think it's good. Look at Jack Aitken. He was in ART in 2018, didn't perform anywhere near Russell's level, and then got moved out, got in a Campos seat, which is a crap car, but Jack is still able to perform in that, but he doesn't get the recognition because he doesn't have the funding. I mean, that's the prime example I can think of a talent that is probably F1 worthy, but because of the junior system where if you don't perform / don't have the money for a top team, then you don't have the chance to get into F1. And, well, yes, these drivers that can perform in their first season and show they have the ability to cope with that pressure are brilliant. Sometimes drivers take a while to come out of their shell and get to grips with a vehicle. Like, look at Lance Stroll, who is going into his sixth season in F1, but this season he has proved that he deserves his seat now. Well, okay, it's taken some time. Yes, he's been able to get that seat because of his dad's money, but we want to see these drivers performing, and to give them a chance is not a bad thing. And I think it's good that Mick's been allowed these chances to develop as a driver and show that he can progress and show remarkable improvements in his driving one season to the next, and not let that get on top of him and worry him and make his second season campaign worse than his first. To be able to build on that experience and then bring the fight just shows how much of a talent Mick has, where he doesn't let this stifle him and he just works and he builds up. And I can only imagine 3, 4, 5 years into his F1 career what he'll be able to do when he gets the call up to Ferrari. Let me know down below if you think drivers should be allowed more of an opportunity in their junior careers with the better teams to prove themselves, or if you think this mentality of prove yourself now, instantly, we want results straight away, is a better way to go for these junior teams. Make sure you guys tell me what you think down below in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to know when I upload. Thank you very much for watching. Bye guys.